Fox 32 has information indicating the FBI has launched an investigation into controversial Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
So the FBI has woken up and finally opened an official investigation into Tiffany A. Henyard. Let's talk about it. So a couple of months ago, we broke a story about Super Mayor Tiffany A. Henyard. She is the mayor of Dalton, Illinois. Now, there were so many things going on in Dalton, Illinois. We were shocked that no one was looking into it. Not the state AG, not the FBI. What was going on? Now, there were rumors that the FBI was going to start looking into it, but nothing was confirmed. But now we have confirmation.
Yeah, we've been reporting for nearly 2 years on allegations of corruption surrounding Henyard in her capacity as Dalton mayor and Thornton Township supervisor. And now we've learned from multiple sources that federal agents are in fact interviewing witnesses as part of a possible investigation that may or may not result in charges.
Now, I got an inkling something was going on because some of the trustees had actually been approached by the FBI and some of their equipment was seized. Tiffany A. Henyard actually mentioned it in one of the meetings. Check it out.
I'm sick of it. Trustee House, you've been picked up by the feds, right? The FBI got you at the U.S. Bank building, right? They came and seized your computer and everything, right? But you won't tell the people that. Y'all don't tell the people nothing, but yet y'all point the finger. Don't get me started.
Now, Tiffany Henyard made it seem like the FBI was investigating the trustees, but now we know the FBI was really after her.
A couple of agents, and I explained them what was going on. I gave them all my paperwork to show them what was happening in court and what was happening in Dalton. And they told me they was investigating and they would be in touch with me.
Gardner is one of 6 people who confirmed to Fox 32 that they've been interviewed by the FBI, ranging from Dalton business owners to a former village employee and at least one public official. And we've learned the FBI has been using electronic surveillance as part of its investigation.
Now, one of the things that the FBI seems to be looking into is how Tiffany A. Henyard is abusing police overtime.
Henyard began assembling her details shortly after being elected in 2021, using hand-picked Dalton police officers. Using a Freedom of Information request, we obtained the work records for 6 of the officers assigned to Henyard's security detail at various times. The officers are paid every 2 weeks, which without overtime is 80 hours. But when they're put on Henyard's detail, that 80 hours balloons to well over 100 hours, sometimes 200 hours. And in the case of Officer Terry Young last May, 303 hours worked over a 2-week period. That resulted in a single paycheck of more than $13,000. In fact, there are 336 hours total in 2 weeks, meaning Young was not being paid for only 33 hours over that period.
So do you understand that? There are only, if you take all the hours, 336 hours in a 2-week period. He was paid for 303 hours. There is no way that that man is working that much and making that much overtime. It is impossible. Now, Tiffany A. Henyard was being so secretive with the town's finances that now the Attorney General's office has stepped in and ordered her to turn over her financial documents.
Illinois Attorney General has ordered the village of Dalton to turn over financial records to WGN News related to Mayor Tiffany Henyard's spending in Dalton and Thornton Township. We first reported last year that Henyard used thousands of dollars in taxpayer money on first-class plane tickets, luxury hotels, and fancy restaurants.
Now, when Tiffany Henyard was asked directly by the news media about her spending, this is what happened.
I do not handle anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that?
No comment.
You don't know if you were in Las Vegas?
Of course I do.
Were you?
It's not paid by them.
Did you fly first class to Las Vegas?
Any other questions?
Actually, yes. The credit card records do shed some light on tax dollars spent at several restaurants near the Strip, including Cafe Hollywood and Hot and Juicy Crawfish.
All right. Any other questions?
So you're not going to answer how taxpayer dollars are being spent? That seems odd.
I just answered it. What do you mean? I just answered your questions.
You said you wouldn't answer about Las Vegas.
You asked me a question and I responded.
Now, it's gotten so bad in Dalton that the police cars are under threat of being repossessed Because even though the town's trustees said pay the police car bill, somehow the bank never got that money.
In yet another shock to Village of Dalton trustees, a letter falling on their desks dated February 14th. Representatives from Kansas State Bank threatening to repossess 13 Village vehicles, saying more than $76,000 is overdue and climbing.
The Board of Trustees approved payment in May of 2023.
But where that loan payment went that was due 9 months ago is anyone's guess. Lawyers for the bank now warning the Village, pay up or be ready for repossession agents to take the vehicles, which includes 6 police cruisers.
What happened to that money? Who knows? It's like a fart in the wind. And there is a whole bunch of money missing. Let's not even discuss her charity.
But we want to tell you about the Illinois Attorney General's office now ordering a charity run by Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard to stop soliciting donations. The charity, called Tiffany Henyard Cares, failed to register with the Attorney General's office or disclose how much money it raised and how the money is being spent. Fox 32 first raised questions about her charity last year. Our investigation with the Illinois Answers Project found she was using public employees and taxpayer dollars to support the charity, including a $10,000 donation from Thornton Township, where she is supervisor. The AG's office says it is evaluating further action against the charity to protect donors and enforce state laws about charitable giving.
Now, with all this craziness, all this missing money, I still don't understand why Biden invited her to the White House.
I am in the White House.
Tiffany Henyard has a taste for travel. There she is, front and center at the White House at a meeting for mayors this month.
Now, you guys really have to understand how deep this corruption has gotten. It's so bad in Dalton that if Tiffany A. Henyard loses the next election for Thornton Township supervisor, then whoever wins, whoever beats her, gets a salary of $25,000, which you think is okay. But if she wins, she gets to keep her salary of over $200,000.
It's maybe the worst attempt to try to dissuade people from running that I've ever seen, and that's a long time.
Longtime municipal attorney Bert Odelson says he was stunned when he saw the latest move by controversial Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard, who also doubles as the mayor of Dalton. 2 weeks ago, the Township Board passed an ordinance that allows Henyard to continue collecting her $224,000 a year salary. But if anyone other than Henyard gets the job, the ordinance resets that salary to $25,000 a year. Odelson says that's blatantly unconstitutional because you can't set an elected official's salary based on who's holding the seat.
You put a salary to attach to the job, to the officer. So it is a blatant attempt to dissuade other people from running and to allow the current supervisor to maintain the $250,000 or whatever it is obnoxious salary.
So now here's what the lead trustee had to say about the FBI investigation.
In a statement, Dalton trustee Jason House reacted to the news of the FBI's involvement. We welcome any investigation that will bring transparency on how taxpayer dollars are being spent. Our residents deserve this level of financial transparency.
Now, in our next video, we're going to look at this story where one of the former trustees who is adamantly against Tiffany A. Henyard believes that she set up a drive-by shooting at her house. And there's video of it. Things are getting crazy. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, do all that great YouTube stuff. My name is Nate the Lawyer, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Peace.